Hi, my name's Richard, and in today's Bomberman tutorial we'll model the bomb. So let's get started. Hi, and thanks for watching. I hope you're all doing very, very well today. Here in London it's a warm but wet May day. We seem to be having some very variable weather right now, so what better way to spend the evenings than to avoid the barbecue and do some Blender modelling. Today we're going to model the most important part of Bomberman's arsenal is of course the bomb. So let's do this. I maybe could have done this first just to get us warmed up, but I think it made sense to get Bomberman out there and modelled. This is going to be a very, very simple model, and I'm going to show you some of the power of substance painting now, how we can get a prototype in place very, very quickly and import it into Unity. So let's not hang about. One thing I've been doing is I actually had a go at this earlier on, and I found a good reference image that I'd like to use. So what I'm going to do down here is go to background images, and this is one I downloaded. What I did as usual, I just went to my good friend Google and just typed cartoon bomb. I think I typed. Probably not something you should type too often into Google these days. You might be being monitored. Found a few of these guys. I think it was this one I used. That's the one. And just use that as a reference image. Now, slight issue. If I'm going to model it, I want that to be pointing straight up. So let's get that. I've actually already saved that to the same folder, which we've now moved into the Unity folder. So let's just quickly just say, let's just do this now. Let's just do File. Let's click Save here. File, Save. Control S I could have done. And we're already in that folder. Look, Bomberman, Assets, Models, Bomberman. I did create one called bomb.blend. I'm gonna take a chance and overwrite it. Okay. If I mess this up, then I'll regret it. But hopefully I shouldn't mess this up. So I've got bomb.blend there. So obviously you won't have that problem. I'll click on Save, and we've got our file saved as bomb.blend. And now if we bring in a background image, just click down here, add image, not set, all views is fine, and we just click open here. I think I could just call it bomb.jpg. okay, there we go. And if you just press 5 to go into orthographic and 1 to go to front view, there we go. Okay, now I think that's much too big, so let's do a couple of things down here. Let's go to the scale, which is, where's the scale there? So let's just set that down to, let's try 4. That's a bit better. Yeah, do you know what, I'm tempted to say 1. How big is that? Press Z. Do you know what? I think that's actually about right, because bear in mind Bomberman's going to need to hold this, so I think that's about right. Maybe we could bring Bomberman in a minute as a reference image. I'll show you how to do that. We'll whack the opacity up to 0.75. I'm never quite sure why it doesn't do that by default. And then what we'll do is we'll just delete the cube and press Shift A, Mesh, UV Sphere, of which we're probably going to go for something like 16 by 12. Let's press Z. That's more than enough. More than enough. I'm going to go with it for now. Yeah, I'm going to go with that for now. You may want, if you're going for a low res game, go for something like, I don't know, 12 by 8 or something like that. But 16 by 12 is you know, pretty high res for what we're after. Let's get this in the right position. This bomb. Let's rotate it. So if we just click on this R here, if I just bring that out, it might make it a little bit clearer. Rotation. There we go. And you can see this now. If I just hold Shift, I'm just going to drag this to the left, so that's straight up. That looks about right, doesn't it? Okay. And then we just grab this here. And we just start scaling this. And then what we'll do is we'll grab the image on the Y-axis and pull it up like so. And then across. I mean, this is overkill, to be honest with you. You get the idea. We're only using this as a reference image, so just pull that up like that. There we go. That's actually very close, isn't it? And we just have a look at these lines here, see how close they are. You can see that we need to rotate it just a touch more to get it there, and maybe just move it on the x-axis a touch. And that's too much. And so on. Right, I'm pretty happy with that. You can see that point there is close to there, and that point there. Ah, so you can just play around with this all day, couldn't you? There, that's what I'm going with, guys. Okay, so press Z. So let's tab into edit mode. Okay, and then we'll just click on shading UVs here and do faces smooth. And of course, I'm going to click on my good friend the what is this? What is this? I always forget the names of these things. This is the data object data one, and we'll just click auto smooth there and just set that to something like 60 degrees. I'll pull that in a bit now, can't we? Okay, and we'll just press Z again. Are we pretty close? I mean, it's not an exact science, is it? So all we need to do now is just press A, and we're already in wireframe mode. So I'm just going to select those top ones there, press X, delete vertices, and then if I just alt right click that edge there and press E, Z, I can pull that up to the top there. I'm going to do Alt right click and do Control E, mark sharp. Let's just have a little look, see how we're looking here. Yes, that's all good. Yes, that's fine. And then what we'll do, I think, is we will try. This was a bit fiddly, this bit. I'm going to press E and then right click, go to front view, and then do scale until we get something the size of that string there. Let's just press Z, and that looks pretty close. That's pretty close to me. Okay, I think that's a bit too thick. When I practiced with this before, it looked a little bit too thick. So I'll leave it up to you whether you want to go a bit thicker. You can have a play around with this a few times. It's pretty simple to stop and start this one here. I'm going to tab out and just do Control A, rotation and scale, just to keep everything rotated and scaled correctly. And I'll tab back in, and I'm just going to press Alt right click that one there and press Z, and I'm going to do Control B to bevel and pull that down like so to about there. And then under here on the left hand side, if you haven't got the toolbar up, just press T. I'll bring this over, and I'm going to go for something like 3 segments. Okay, let's have a little look, see how that looks. There we go. I'm happy. Now, the next thing is this fuse wire here. Now, this has gone kind of over to the right. What I'm going to try and do, and I've just had to think about this earlier on, is I'm going to try and make it such that the fuse wire obviously goes down as the bomb is nearly exploding. I don't want it to. The bomb is on the fuse wire timer, so to speak. Now, if I did it at that angle, I'd probably have to move it down and left a bit, which is a bit confusing. So what I think I'm going to do is just tab into edit mode again. I'm just going to press, and I'm just going to select that ring there, which I did just pressing Alt right click. Go to front view, and then I'm just going to press E, Z, and pull that up to about there. And then I'm just going to do a click on that, and then just press 1 again, and then just rotate that a touch. Just do a couple of edge loops. Okay, and just grab that one on the X like that, and then maybe Alt right click, grab that on the X as well, just a little bit, and then just go to the side view, and I don't know. Maybe just grab that on the wire touch, and then grab that on the wire touch. Right, just a little bit, just like that, just so it's a little bit of a curve. All right, just so it's sort of, so you can see it. There we go. All right, and I'll just press Tab, and I'll just press that one, and I'll press F there to make the face. How are we looking? Yeah, I think that's okay. I think that's okay. GX, just pull that a bit more. I mean, no one's going to see this. It's going to be so super small, isn't it? Alright, but now if we're going to do that, then what we're going to need to do, I'll just rename that as well to bomb. What I'm going to do, I think, is if I just click on here and then press, let's just do that and that, and we'll just press P, separate selection. Okay, and I might just make that a touch larger. So I'm going to press tab out, click on that, and just do scale and Shift Z so it doesn't get any bigger, but just make it a touch wider. There, okay, so it's just big enough. And I might just even grab it on the Z just to put it down a bit. There we go. So it's inside the thing there. So what we're going to do when we do our effects, we're going to have a sparks coming out there, and this is going to work its way down. All right, so we'll just rename that to fuse. Fuse. Okay. We're in good shape. So what I'll do now is let's very quickly unwrap the fuse. Press Z. Come on, help me out here. Is that it? No, we seem to be in the bomb at the minute. Let's do this. Let's do the bomb first. No, let's do the fuse first. Sorry. Let's do the fuse first. So we'll just select the fuse and do Shift H and press Tab. And then we'll just, well, basically this should be very straightforward. We'll go to, I don't know, one of the side views. Just select an edge there and that one, and that one there, and do Control E. Mark seam. Alright. And then I think what we'll then do is we will press tab out, press Alt H to bring everything back, and then we'll select this one. Okay, have I named that fuse? Yes, I have. So this should be quite straightforward as well. What I'm going to do, because the bottom's never going to be seen, I'm going to add a seam there. Okay, then I'm going to go to the front view and I'm going to add a seam there. Control 1 to go to the back view and add a seam there. Alright, I know you think maybe that's too many, but I'm going to do it because it makes for an easier unwrap. and then add one there. And I'm going to click, by the way, if you've got this mesh display here, just click on the sharp just to hide it, and do Control E, mark seam. And then what I'm going to do, I think, is add one more there, Control E, mark seam. Although I don't think I need one there. Control E, mark seam there. And also I don't need two of these either. So I'm just going to Control E, clear seam on that. I have a feeling that I didn't clear the seam on that, did I? I think I marked it. Control E, clear seam. Okay, those are that'll unwrap beautifully. Now, the one issue with this is that, well, I'll tell you what, let's have a look. Let's just bring up the window here, and we'll select everything. Well, let's go and click on here and do UV image editor, U, unwrap, and if we just press N, stretch. Do you know what? It doesn't look that bad. It doesn't look too bad, but I'll just press N again. I'm going to show you a way that can make it completely clear, and that is just to start grabbing these edges here. Not those ones, these ones. Bit of a cumbersome process, but I'm just going to select them all. I'm tempted to pause this. There's quite a few of them, isn't there? Almost there now. How is everyone doing anyway? I was looking at my analytics the other day, and I see that a lot of people are watching from America. So hi America, I hope you're enjoying these. Quite a few from the UK, some people from Germany as well. Let me know where you're from in the comments. I love to know where people are from. I'm from, as you may have guessed, from London in England. There we go. Control E, mark seam. And now if we do an unwrap, boom. You see what's happened here? It's done a very good job of that. And what does it do? Control tab 4. I'm going to rotate that 180 just to keep it the same as that. Okay. Thinking this through, I'm actually going to join these together. Now I'm not sure if I'm going to be happy about that later, but I think it's going to make for an easier texture in Substance Painter. This is just purely my inexperience here. Let me have a think about that. I'll do it for now. I'll join these two together. So I'll just click that and then press Control J, and you'll see that the fuse disappears and it becomes the bomb. And now if I tap back in again, press A, U, unwrap. Oh, yeah. I forgot. It's flip that back upside down again, isn't it? And now it's brought our fuse wire into the picture. So let's just shift space, click over, move the mouse over to the left hand side, click shift space. And what I will do, let's just rotate that 180. Oh, R180. Hey, R180. Thank you. Grab. Sorry, guys. A long day. And what I might do is I might just have a quick play around with this and scale it to as maximum size as I can. So let me pause this and come right back. Okay, so this is what I've ended up with. Obviously these two bits are the most challenging bits, but I've sort of made them move them across the diagonal and scale them all up. There's nothing to say that I couldn't make this bit, for instance, a lot larger. This is the fuse wire here, and that's that bit and that bit. I could make those larger for effect. Could make for a good string texture. You know, if you really wanted to get down to detail. I'm not going to. I don't think. You could do if you wanted to, but for now I'm going to be happy with that. So let's just save this, and what I'll now do is I'll export this to an FBX file. So let's do that now. Export FBX, and I'm going to call it bomb.fbx. Okay, I know that's already there. It's because I was playing around with it earlier on. We're going to click on selected objects and experimental. Before we do that, I just want to do one thing, which is tab out, Control A, rotation and scale. Now, do we want to just check him against Bomberman? Probably wouldn't do any harm, just to get a rough idea of scale on him, would it? So let's just do that now. Let's just do File, Link, okay, and it's going to be Bomberman Model 02. Is it Mesh? No, it's it's Object. Bomberman. There we go, and I'll just click link from library. Okay, and here he is. You can't do anything with him. You can't grab him. You can't move him. There's ways you can get him back into this scene, but at the minute, all he is a link to the other file, which is kind of cool because I'll tell you what happens if you edit the other file, and when you come back into here, this will be updated, which is kind of neat. Now, it goes without saying that bomb is enormous, so I think we were pretty happy that Bomberman needs to be that size. Now the one thing is, of course, that when you plant the bomb, it's going to take up a whole square. So I think on balance, I'm going to keep it that size. But what I'm going to do, I think, in the game is when he's carrying it, I'll scale that down. For now, let's keep it at that size. Okay? Yeah, I think we're going to do that. I'll just delete Bomberman. Excuse me. X delete. So we're going to go with that. So now let's export this. Export FBX, and we'll click on bomb.fbx and click export FBX. Good, so we've got ourselves a file there. We've saved it, I think. I'll just save it one more time. Okay, let's wander over to Substance Painter and get this fella super fast textured. Let me show you how that's done. 1 second. Here we are in Substance Painter. Let me just make sure I'm recording, because there's nothing worse than that. Okay, so you may have seen me do some stuff in Substance Painter before. I'm not going to give it the sales pitch this time. Let's just say it's a super fast way to texture and view what you're texturing as you go, and you can download it from Algorithmic. You can download the file, or you can download a 30-day trial. So let's just bring up a new Substance Painter file, and what we'll do here under the mesh. Luckily, we're already in our Bomber Assets Man Models Bomberman. Just realised we should really be putting that in the BOM folder, shouldn't we? So I might move all of this before we load Unity up. So let's bring up bom.fbx. Document resolution is 1024 is cool. Let's click on OK, and that should bring up our rather classy looking bomb. There she is. Okay. You may also remember now the next thing we've got to do is bake those textures. So let's do that now. Click on Bake Textures. I'm going to go for the output size of 1024 there and select the anti-aliasing to 4x4. Alright, and then what you need to do is you need to click Bake Material Textures. This can take a few minutes, so I'll click that, pause it and come back when it's done. Okay, I don't know if my PC's got faster or whether Algorithmic have improved performance, but that's a lot quicker than it used to be. That anti-aliasing seems to be a lot more fast now. Right, you can hardly tell what's going on at the minute. Let's do just one thing, by the way. Viewer settings. If we click on environment opacities, bring that up, and then turn environment blur down, you can get a background image just to reference it against. I mean, no, it's not a lot of good right now. It's probably not even the right image to use. You can change them here. Just click on the panorama, just pick your one. Perhaps have something a bit darker. Sometimes this crashes it. There you go, didn't even work. There we go. Well, that's quite a cool one, up in the sky. We'll delete this. This is the paint layer. What we're actually going to do is if I click over to here to Smart Materials, and I think you can click on search here, and if I just try gun, steel, I can't remember which one it is. Let's just try that one. Look at this. How cool is that for a first shout? I mean, I know the fuse needs working out, but for me, that is a glorious looking, a really glorious looking bomb texture. I think we need to add a little bit of roughness around these edges here, so let's just do that now. So if we just click on this here, and what we'll do is we'll add a new fill layer and add the trusty black mask to it, and then what we'll do is we'll add a generator, and let's just try a couple of these. I think let's just try MG Dirt. Okay, that's probably the one we want. It's just gone a bit extreme. So if we just go down to here, if we just click Dirt Level and just drag that down until those edges are a little bit more. What you can do with this is you can actually paint the areas you don't want to be touched. So I'm just thinking, just bring that down, just so there is a bit of an edge. What do you think? Something like that. I like this as well. I know that's white. We'll sort that out in a second. We're going to make that white. For now, I really like this. The other thing you can do, if you just click on here and then just click on the layers. Oh, it's already on base color. We'll make this something like linear dodge. That's good. And then we'll just drag this down, just so it blends in with the background. Okay. You'll notice the other thing this has done. I defy you to spot the seams. I think you can if you look really carefully see them, but this is the greatest thing about Substance Painter in my opinion. I like the way that's done that. You can tweak around with it. Anyway, let's just make sure we call that edges or something so we remember what it is. Just click on here, click on the, just try a couple of the other things here. Let's turn that on. I think it makes a lot of difference. Try Blender grunge amount. See, that updates that, doesn't it? It's the edge grunge scale. No, I think that's just a random factor. Edges masking. Other way? No idea. So I'm just going to play around. So I'm sort of happy with that. I'm pretty happy with the way that looks already. That's a cracking looking bomb. So I'll just go to front view by pressing Alt and then Shift and holding the mouse, and pressing F6 as well takes me into orthographic mode. So that's our gunmetal. Let's just quickly add the fuse. This won't take a second. We'll just add the steel, and we'll just, hang on, where's that gone? That's gone there. So let's just drag that above it to its whole new section. These are in folders, by the way. That's good if you sometimes want to store a whole area of information. But for this, we're just going to have a fuse. We'll call it fuse. We'll add the black mask. And what we'll do is if we click on this one here, and then select UV. I'm hoping that I can just drag that lot. Hopefully that's done the whole thing. Yes, it has. Now, how's that looking early? Excuse me, I press tab there just to bring it into the full screen view. I think it's going to need some dirt on it or something, isn't it? Don't you think? I think otherwise it's just going to look a bit weird. I don't know if there's a material we can use for this, like fabric. What fabrics have we got? What white have we got? Marble fine. Spinning down. Sometimes some of these that you wouldn't expect are the ones to go for, but I'm thinking for now let's just add. Let's just make a folder. Be kind to me. Where did that go? See, I think those folders have got in here or something stupid. No, where are the folders then? I'll just click on folder. There we go. Oh, there we go. Now I can just drag it in. Okay, this is a bit confusing now. I'm going to make that. I'm going to call that fuse, and I'm going to add a black mask. Okay. Well, what happened there? Right. Interesting. Don't know why it's gone that funky colour. What we'll do here is we'll click on here and then do copy black mask. Where are you? That's what I can never find. Copy mask. There we go. And then under here, I think you just do paste into mask. Sorry guys, I always miss this one. Paste into mask, there it is. Okay, and then from here we can actually remove the mask now because it's actually applied to the folder. Alright, sorry about that little confusion there. So we've got a white there. Listen, we can make that slightly darker, can't we? Doesn't have to be black. And then what we'll do is we'll add another layer here. We'll just call this dirt or something. And we'll make it black. We don't need any of those. We'll just make it black. Like that, and just add a black mask, and then on here we'll add a generator. On the generator we'll do we'll do dirt, shall we? Okay, yeah, and bring that right down. Right down. I don't like the way that's done that actually. I'm almost tempted to paint it myself. Let's just do grunt. Yeah, we could play around with these, a few of them, couldn't we? Yeah, I'm gonna try doing this now. I'm just gonna do add paint layer. Okay, and then I don't know why it's such a funky thing like that. I'm in paint, and what I'll do. It's on black, which if you see grayscale down here, it means I can. No, it's the wrong one. So let's just spin it around the other way. I'm just basically removing this now. I seem to be adding again. Well, that's annoying. Like that. There we go. Now it's removing it. There we go. Okay, and just remove that from there. And I think what I'll do then is if I just go to tools here, not tools, brushes, just pick a dirt brush, spin that back to black. This is where it can be a bit annoying. Sometimes you just got to kind of, that's it. Just spin around and just add a bit of dirt. That's fine. All right, I'm going with that. No, bit there. Okay, so I don't know why this is gone white like that. It's to do with this the alpha texture there, but I'm sure there must be a way of switching that off. Okay, that's a little bit too dirty, so what I'll very quickly do is just click on the base colour here, do the linear dodge add. No, it's the other one round, isn't it? It's linear burn, isn't it, when it's dark? Linear burn. There we go, and just bring this down a bit, just so it's sensible. All right, actually on the height, might be able to mess around with that just to make it a little bit more chunky. There we go. Might just tweak that back a little. Okay, we've got a lot of control here because we do that very shiny. Do we care that it's shiny? We can adjust this. We're just going to see metal and roughness. If we just bring the roughness up, we can make it a lot less shiny. There we go. We can also make it triplanar. I think we're getting a little bit ahead of ourselves because nobody's ever going to see that fuse. But that's it, guys. See, I've got a bit overexcited here. This is how easy this one was. Okay, I'm going to go with that for the bomb. I like it. I like the way it looks. I like its simplicity. I like the way the metal shows through. I like the scratches there. I like this a lot. So let's just save this up. We'll just do File, Save. I think it's going to... If we go to our Bomberman folder here, I thought I'd create one. No, I haven't. Good. So let's just create that bomb.spp. It'll do that for me. Excuse me, there we go, save. Very good, very good. So we've got ourselves a beautiful bomb there. So let's do the following. Let's just quickly go into that folder. Bomberman, I think that's the one, Unity. Click on date modified. Right, well let's quickly close this down. Control S. and then close that down. And what have we got? We've got bomb.spp, bomb.blend, bomb. I think it's all of those ones, isn't it? Those are all the new ones. Everything else is old stuff, I think. I hope. Okay, so let's just Control X that. We'll click on models and we'll create a new folder called bomb. And just do Control V there. Alright, that means you're not going to be very happy, so I'll just close you down as well because you've moved. Okay. Alright, so we've got our FBX. I tell you what we didn't do. We didn't export the textures. Let's go back into Substance Painter and export the textures. Okay, I'm back. That was annoying. Sorry about that. Let's export those textures now. So I'm going to try. Remember last time I had some issues with the metallic smoothness. So I'm going to try something now. I'm going to under the config. I'm just going to go for the top Unity option. This one here, standard metallic there. Okay, so we've got metallic smoothness, normal, and emission. We don't need emission, but we'll do it anyway. 1024 is fine. Let's set the folder to our Bomberman models bomb folder. PNG is correct. I don't know what the dilation infinite means. This is the thing, there's so much power to this application. I suppose there's a lot of power to a lot of applications. It's the same with Blender, right? There's so much you can do that you don't just scratch the surface with. Okay, so let's just click export. It always says that. I think it's probably because it couldn't find an emission channel. So now if we spin to that folder that we just created, there's our 3 PNG files. Not too big. They can be compressed. You may have seen one of my previous tutorials, compresspng.com I think it's called. Great site that will knock these down to a much smaller size. Where's my albedo? Is that the one there? Good, right, okay, so now let's go into Unity and export this now. Let's load Unity up, 1 second. Okay, here we are in Unity. I've loaded up the Bomberman project. So let's bring in our bomb here. So we've created a new folder here. Let's just unselect that. Thank you, was it Must Receive, for telling me that F was the focus key. Sorry, I completely forgot that last week. You can see an early mistake I've made here is that I've managed to export all of the bomb, the camera, the lamp, and the bomb mesh. So this is a mistake I've made before, I think. So let's quickly spin back into Blender. I've done this. I thought I did selected objects, but maybe I had everything selected. You just don't know, do you? So let's just do. Let's just click on there and just do File, Open. We're in Bomberman. We go up a folder, bomb.blend, export Blender file. Just right click there, File, Export FBX. Selected objects, experimental, export FBX. Right, now let's go back into Unity. Hopefully that's a bit better. There we go. It's just the bomb now. Okay, so sorry about that. So we'll just drag this fella in. There he is. Let's just make sure he's reset. He is. He's looking good. I think that's quite a good size, actually. We'll scale it for his hands when he's carrying it. But for now, we will we'll keep that size about right. I think that looks about good. I'm not quite sure why he's there. Have I moved him? His Y value's up. I thought I would have seen him move further to the right, if you see what I mean, but it doesn't really matter. So let's just do this. While we're at it, let's just create a quick prefabs folder. Okay, and we'll just drag that Bomberman model into the prefabs folder. Okay, so that's applied the model and the material, etc. So now we can delete that from here. Okay, and we'll go back to our bomb folder, and we will add a new material. Create material. There you are, and we'll call it bomb material. And then we're going to do the usual thing. We're going to drag the albedo in. We're going to drag the metallic smoothness in. Be kind. Now the smoothness is not being adjusted. Albedo alpha, metallic alpha. This is curious to me. I'm not sure whether that's something new or whether I'm doing something wrong. And metallic, pop the normal in there. Probably tell me it's wrong. Click fix now, and then I can just drag that bomb material onto the bomb, and literally, boom, there it is. Now possibly that is a bit too grungy, but let's be honest. Who's really going to see that? I'm really pleased with that bomb. More pleased than I am with Bomberman himself. Yeah, maybe bring the normal down. That's a bit crazy. But it's just I defy you to beat that kind of turnaround in anything other than Substance Painter with a smart material ready to go for you. Guys, that's it. That really is it. We've created ourselves a bomb. We've textured it in Substance Painter and we've imported it into Unity. I'm not sure exactly the time because I'll be doing a fair bit of poisoning. A fair bit of pausing. So I'm not sure how long it took, but I think I'm guessing around about half an hour. So thank you very much for watching. In the next tutorial, we will model out the pillars, I guess, the posts that you have to walk around, and after that we'll actually create the level that Bomberman's going to start walking around in. I don't think we'll do the aliens just yet until we've got ourselves a decent playfield that we can work out how to move around. So we'll do that in the next one. As always, guys, thanks for watching. I always appreciate a like and a comment. If you don't like it, I don't love a thumbs down, but I do always appreciate some constructive criticism. Let me know what I can do better. I always appreciate that. Guys, thanks for watching. Catch you next time. All the best. Bye bye.